Welcome, apprentices from Kent Business College. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a marketer's real secret weapon, the internal environment. Yeah, forget the outside world for just a minute, because we're about to find the power that's already sitting right inside your company.
So, let's just jump right in. Have you ever had one of those amazing killer campaign ideas? You know, one you are absolutely sure is going to work, only for it to get shot down by someone internally? Or maybe you've seen a great campaign actually go live and then just flop, for no reason you can see. It is so frustrating, isn't it? Well, the answer to that little mystery, it often has nothing to do with the customer or the competition. It's usually hiding inside your own four walls.
So, here's our game plan for solving that mystery. First, we're going to look at the marketing mystery itself. Then, we'll get into decoding your company's vibe. After that, we'll talk about playing by the rules. And finally, we'll show you how to wrap all of that up into your very own marketing superpower.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the marketing mystery. And the big idea here is that it's what's inside that really truly counts. You know, as marketers, we are completely obsessed with the external world, right? Customers, competitors, the latest trends, and that's our job. But take a look at the right side here, the internal environment, your colleagues, the unwritten rules of the office, the budgets you have to work with. This is the hidden level of the game. It can make or break everything you're trying to do on the outside. A brilliant plan that doesn't account for these internal realities, well, that's a plan that's pretty much destined to fail.
And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? Think about it this way. You wouldn't invite a bunch of friends over for a party if your house was a complete mess. It's the exact same idea in marketing. You've got to get your own house in order first. A strong internal foundation is the only real launch pad for a successful external campaign. Okay, so how do we get our house in order? Well, that brings us right to Section 2. Decoding your company's vibe. And believe me, this is about way more than just free snacks in the kitchen or whether you can wear jeans to work. It goes so much deeper.
So, the official term for this is company culture. It's basically the collection of all the shared values and beliefs that kind of guide how everybody acts and makes decisions. You can think of it like an invisible force field that's all around you at work.
But honestly, here's a much simpler and I think better way to think about it. Culture is just the way we do things here. It's that gut feeling you get. It tells you whether that bold new idea you have is going to be celebrated or shot down before you even finish your sentence.
And this vibe, it isn't just some fluffy, feel-good concept. It has a huge measurable impact on the bottom line. The research on this is really clear. Companies that have a strong, positive culture can see their revenue grow up to 4 times faster. And why is that? Well, it's simple, really. Engaged, motivated people who actually believe in what the company is doing. They just create better marketing, period.
Let's take a look at John Lewis, for example. Their whole internal culture is built on this idea of employee ownership. Everyone who works there is a partner. Now, this creates this deep sense of responsibility and pride, which, you guessed it, leads to amazing customer service. So when their marketing team goes and makes those famous, heart-warming Christmas ads all about trust and quality, it feels real. It feels authentic, because it is. The company is literally living it from the inside out.
Now, for a totally different vibe, let's look at Innocent Drinks. Their internal culture is famously relaxed, super creative, maybe a little bit quirky, and that directly gives their marketing team the permission, the power, to use that cheeky, informal tone of voice that we all recognize. And their commitment to sustainability? That isn't just some slogan they slap on a poster. It is part of their DNA, and that's exactly why their marketing feels so genuine. It's just a perfect reflection of the way they do things there.
So, I want you to think about your own workplace for a second. How would you describe its vibe? Is it innovative? Is it cautious? Customer-centric? Take a moment. What 3 words pop into your head to describe the way we do things here?
All right, moving on to Section 3. Now, I know when you hear a phrase like corporate governance, your eyes might start to glaze over. But stick with me on this. I want you to think of it less like boring red tape and more like the guardrails on a motorway that stop you from accidentally driving your marketing campaign right off a cliff.
So here's the deal. Corporate governance is simply the system of rules and practices that make sure a company is acting responsibly, ethically, and legally. For us marketers, this is the framework that tells us what we can and can't do. It's there to protect the customer, and just as importantly, to protect the brand's reputation.
And really, at its heart, it all boils down to one incredibly simple idea. The first and most important rule of marketing has to be this: be honest. Truthful advertising isn't just about good ethics, it is absolutely fundamental to building trust that lasts.
But it's surprisingly easy to get this wrong. Get this, in 2021 alone, the UK's Advertising Standards Authority got more than 43,000 complaints about ads. That's a lot of brands who either didn't know the rules or maybe decided to bend them just a little too far.
And when that trust gets broken, especially on a massive scale, well, the consequences can be absolutely mind-blowing.
Just look at the PPI mis-selling scandal. Because of deeply unethical sales and marketing tactics, UK banks had to pay out over £40 billion. Let that number sink in. 40 billion. It is the ultimate cautionary tale that proves that any short-term gains you might get from shady tactics are never ever worth the long-term devastation.
So think about your own job for a second. What's one specific rule or policy in your company that directly impacts how you build a campaign? Maybe it's getting sign-off from the legal team or strict rules around using customer data. Remember, those rules aren't there just to slow you down. They're the guardrails. They're what's keeping you and the whole company safe.
And that brings us to our final section, and it's my favorite one. This is where we take everything we've talked about and learn how to turn it into your own internal superpower.
This right here is the main takeaway. Getting a real handle on your company's culture, the vibe, and understanding the rules. It is not a chore. It's not a box-ticking exercise. It is your secret superpower. It's the one thing that separates the marketers who actually get things done from the ones whose great ideas are constantly dying in meetings.
See, when you really truly understand your internal environment, you unlock so much. You unlock the ability to create marketing that's actually realistic, that's achievable with the resources you really have. You start designing campaigns that your colleagues and your boss will actually get behind and support. Your creative ideas will naturally align with the company's core values. And most importantly, your chances of success will go through the roof.
So, I'm going to leave you with this final question to think about. Whether it's really getting to grips with your company's unique vibe or becoming the expert on the rules that shape your campaigns, what is the one internal factor you're going to focus on mastering first? Because I promise you, that's where you'll find the key to unlocking your true marketing superpower.